If you're out on the streets protesting, how do you do it safely and ethically? I talked to an expert about some of her top tips on filming.
Hi, my name is Palika Makam. I'm a media activist and the Senior U.S. Program Coordinator at WITNESS, which is a human rights organization. It's global, but we're based here in Brooklyn, New York, and we support communities to use video and technology to document human rights abuses and advocate for communities. So I've been going to protests, listening, asking questions, and then working with our team at WITNESS to create resources that respond to those questions. I think the most important thing to consider when filming a police interaction is safety, your own safety and the safety of the person you're filming. You know, whipping out your camera can sometimes actually escalate the situation or make you the target of police harassment or violence, which we're sadly seeing examples of during this wave of protests. And, just to note, there are important ways to bear witness even if you don't film, including just standing in solidarity to let the person being targeted know they're not alone, or taking notes, or even organizing others who might feel more comfortable and secure filming or bearing witness, like white allies or folks with secure documentation status, to be closer to the situation and film. So the next important thing to understand are your rights.
Just to let you know, before you film publicly, you should most definitely check the rules and regulations around doing so in your country. Laws vary, and Palika's advice is very US specific. Laws will vary if you're listening in, say, Hong Kong, Singapore, or Nairobi. WITNESS has some great resources online, not just in English, but Arabic, French, Portuguese, and Spanish for you to get stuck into.
So in the United States, you have a First Amendment constitutional right to record law enforcement in public spaces as long as you don't interfere. That being said, what your rights are and how they play out in the real world are not always aligned. Whether or not you're interfering with a police enforcement is actually totally at the discretion of the police officer in the moment, which is why I tell people it's best to keep some distance between you and the enforcement, maybe about 6 feet away, or if you're outside and you're having trouble gauging that distance, I tell people to keep about a car's length distance between you and the incident while you're filming. In an era of fake news and rampant misinformation, we want to make sure that our footage is as verifiable as possible. So some easy ways to do this are to actually film continuously instead of stopping and starting your camera, because this helps fight against claims that the footage was manipulated. You can also film street signs, landmarks, exteriors of buildings, things that can help determine the location of where you're filming.
These are just some tips, but if you'd like more information, head to www.witness.org.